true. But with this person is much more successful than either one of us to whose house we went to.
We're not going to say who it is.
We're not going to say who it is. But
I thought we were going to just say it.
No, we're not going to say it.
Oh, okay.
Or should we say it?
I don't think it matters. I don't think how mean are you going to be?
I'm not going to be mean.
Sal Vulcano.
Okay. All right, from the Impractical Jokers. Now, we love Sal, and we love Sal.
I think it's fine.
love Sal.
Sal's the fucking man. I'm not going to say anything that I literally wouldn't say to Sal's face.
Here's the reality. The spread was not it.
It was ridiculous.
Hey, what up, y'all? So I don't know if y'all heard, but Tim Dillon was recently on the Real Ass podcast with Louis J. Gomez from Legion of Skanks. Louis has his own podcast network, Gas Digital Network. He recently had Tim Dillon on the Real Ass podcast, and they were discussing a pretty lackluster Super Bowl party that I thought was pretty hilarious. Now, they both went to a Super Bowl party and said that it was horrible. The food sucked. Whose party was it? None other than the infamous Impractical Joker, Sal Vulcano. Yeah. Impractical Jokers is a pretty great, hilarious show. Talked about his Super Bowl party on this Real Ass podcast, and it was fucking hilarious, bro.
This is a guy who we love, but he has a podcast about food. Last night I watched him take out Trader Joe's fried olives and heat them up in a microwave. These people have tens of millions of dollars. It's disgusting and absurd. It's actually disrespectful and it's immoral.
Now, I just find it super ironic and hilarious. The dude who has a podcast about food called Taste Buds with Joe DeRosa can have a party with the shittiest food possible. This whole podcast, they literally just shit on his food the whole time, and it's fucking hilarious.
Did you get the text message about how to get in?
Yeah.
In the text message, it said, "Come hungry."
Oh, it's actually, as much as we're kidding around, it was what was done was wrong. It's actually what was done was wrong. What was done was actually wrong. They have a podcast about food called Taste Buds.
I just find it so hilarious and ironic that a dude with a Taste Buds podcast can have shit food at a party. And they're explaining this dude is worth more than all of them. He's a millionaire. He's done better than all of them with the Impractical Joker show. It was a huge hit. He's obviously a multi-millionaire. But the food that he brought out was lackluster. It was pretty bad. Tim Dillon described it as heinous. Tim also threw some shots at Adrienne Iapolucci. She's a female comic. She's actually really funny. I think she opened for Louis C.K. on his Madison Square Garden show. But Tim did throw a couple shots at her that were pretty funny. They obviously make fun of her because they like her. Like, she's probably a cool chick. But he throws some pretty good shots at her regarding her attending the party and such as well that I thought were pretty funny.
Here's the thing. There were underprivileged people at that party last night. Like, Adrienne Iapolucci was excited to be in a house. She was excited to be in a house, and she thought she was going to get a little ziti, a couple of sausage and peppers and meatball. It didn't happen.
Yeah. No.
And it would have been nice for her.
Tim did an Irish goodbye. He literally did that. He made Adrian take his jacket. He was like, I don't want anyone to know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then he met Adrian outside, and he just snuck off. Didn't say goodbye.
Well, it's also nice for her to feel it's into something that's nice. even for a few seconds. He just kind of inspire her. You know what I mean?
Adrian, smell this.
Yeah, Adrian, this is something that, you didn't get it to church.
Like, who cares? It's just a funny, ironic thing that a dude with a podcast called Taste Buds can have the shittiest food at his Super Bowl. Not to mention, this dude hosts a podcast called Taste Buds with Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa owns a restaurant, I'm pretty sure. Joey Rose's. I think he makes sandwiches. He has a sandwich shop. Why couldn't he have Joe DeRosa cater the party? Why wouldn't he have DeRosa bring sandwiches to the party instead of shitty... He said they had fried olives and bowls of potato chips. Come on, man. Like, that's just like a regular party.
And then James, I was like, guys, let's not eat. I was like, they're Italian. My assumption, I was like, I assumed it was going to be fucking like cheese towers.
When you walk into a place like that, you're thinking they're going to have a Russo's on the Bay, which is a catering hall in Brooklyn. cocktail hour for a wedding. I'm talking baby lamb chops, antipas platters, stuffed mushrooms. Things are overflowing. Chafing dishes of food. They had 4 bowls of potato chips and fried olives. It was heinous.
It looked like the Gas Digital monthly
looks like the
meeting.
Gas Digital monthly meeting. It was really, really crazy.
I would expect more from Sal Vulcano, who also has a Taste Buds podcast on the No Press Network. He has 2 podcasts, him and DeRosa called Taste Buds, and him and Chris DiStefano called Hey Babe. They're both pretty good shows. I just thought it was a funny, ironic thing.
Here's how bad it was. There was a girl in Gaza recently who was and this is wrong. I don't know if the Israelis did this or not. People are saying they did on Instagram. She was in a hospital. They knew because she was calling, going, my family's dying, you're all dead. She was in an ambulance going to like the one remaining hospital they have, and potentially the Israelis actually targeted the ambulance and killed her, blew her up in the ambulance.
Wow.
Here's how bad it was. If the ambulance instead drove to Staten Island and that girl got out of the car and walked upstairs to this and looked at the spread, she would say, am I still in Gaza? Because this is what we were eating in Gaza. Bowls of potato chips. Is this still Gaza?
Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I don't really give a fuck.
Here's what it told me. I was like, you know what? Sal is the same guy that he always was. Like,
their spreads have been better. I've gone to the party before, which it fell off a little bit. It's just, this is all constructive criticism. If I'm in New York next year, I will do the party.